Ted Lasso is one of my favorite comedy TV shows of the last few years. It's the story of an American football coach who goes to coach a Premier League actual football team in England, and it is hilarious and heartwarming. And even though it isn't Christian, it upholds so many values that I think should be at the core of Christianity. Its themes of radical acceptance, empathy, compassion, and healthy masculinity are so beautifully portrayed, among others. And a major theme that I want to focus on here is the theme of forgiveness. This is a running theme throughout the show, and the show has various storylines that run with this. And I want to focus on a major scene from the last season. So spoiler alert if you haven't seen season 3. By far, the character I loathed the most by the beginning of season 3 was Nathan Shelley. He started out as a simple kit man, but Ted takes him under his wing, encourages him, gives him self-confidence, and makes him an assistant coach. However, because of his own pride and insecurities, Nathan ends out lashing out against Ted and betrays him and goes off to coach a rival football team. And throughout the last seasons, Nathan slowly starts to gain our sympathy to the point where almost all the main characters, including Ted, are ready to bring him back, except one. And this character finally forgives Nate when he is reminded that he also hurt Ted early in his life and was forgiven. And in his confrontation with Nate, he tells him that he forgives Nate because he was forgiven first. And this is so reminiscent of a parable that Jesus tells in Matthew 18 about a servant of a king who is forgiven an insurmountable amount of debt, but is later arrested when it is discovered that he could not forgive another servant who owed him just a small amount of money. And the lesson of this parable is that God has forgiven each and every one of us an impossible amount of debt because of sin. And he has forgiven this through Jesus Christ. And as such, God desires us to forgive those who hurt us. And forgiveness may be one of the most emotionally difficult things for human beings. And God acknowledges that. However, God also knows that holding resentment and grudges will ultimately cause more harm in the long run. And so he encourages us to always forgive.